Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. So, if you have not watched part one, it's on Zara's channel. You need to go there first, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all the fun things, learn all of the stuff about what we were right about, especially the ship that came to the game.
Learn all the things, guys.
All
We
the
were right.
things.
Learn about the things we were right about and disregard the things we were wrong about.
Right.
Yeah, and don't attribute those wrongnesses to, at least not to me. I don't You could do it, attribute to Sarah. I don't care.
No, I'm never wrong.
You're like Prince Humperdinck.
Who's Prince Humperdinck?
He's in the Princess Bride. He says, "Unless I am
Uh,
wrong, and I am never wrong,
I do not remember this.
they are
All right.
headed straight into the fire swamp."
Oh, no.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm not sorry. I love that movie.
Need to watch it again. Do you want to do viewer questions?
Oh, I do. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Okay.
please, Sarah.
Okay. So the first one is from Styles, and they are asking, how does defense penetration work in calculating damage for an attack?
Well, I mean, I, it's like simple and not simple at the same time.
Yeah.
So, as far as I understand it, and I probably, it's possible I don't have a fully comprehensive knowledge of it, but I mean, do you want to take a crack at it, Sarah? I can't. I can just
So,
scream it if you want instead.
well, so like
Just
I
knock it
looked
out.
at it and it looked very complicated. I found like some formula that was like there were brackets and minus signs and division, and I was
Right.
like, I don't, this is too much for my brain.
Canada hasn't prepared you for this.
Yeah, there were no numbers, it was all words, and I was like, this is no. So it
They're
looks
numbers.
it looks complex. um but yeah, I mean, it's a factor, I guess, against their armor, like their resistance and their armor, like for both.
Well, it just depends on what it's you know, if it's defense penetration, armor
Mhm.
penetration, like whatever. I mean, essentially what it's doing is so you know how mods have the flat value and the percent value.
Yeah.
So this is a function like that. So like the percent value of defense actually has a like like this really weird scaling effect of, you know, like you can never get to 100% armor. Like
Right.
the more armor percent you add, the more defense percent you add, the more armor you like, the less it impacts your total armor value.
Right.
So like once you get to 80% armor, it really slows down. And you know, like people, I don't know if people have achieved like 90% or whatever with this with the set 3 datacrons, but like it's fairly rare. It's very very difficult to keep getting higher. Um but you take that value, and there's actually a formula to turn that percentage into the flat value defense that you see on those mods.
Okay.
So what's going on? Like you take that flat value, so it's the same thing as armor pen. Like it's all additive. So if you're like, okay, I have 300% armor, and you have 150% armor penetration, then you could just take away, then you have 150% armor. I don't know how that translates into how much defense you get or whatever, but
Right. Yeah. Because it sounds, I know that I've seen, and this is the other thing, and now like you add datacrons and stuff into the mix, I feel like it makes it even more complicated. But
right.
there have been like calculators floating around for it, so you could put the value in,
Hmm.
and I guess it would spit it back out at you what your defense penetration would be.
Well, I mean, I think defense penetration is one of the strongest offensive stats out there. Like, it's it's a very interesting thing to add to all of the evasion nonsense that we've got going
Mhm.
on. But like the other day, I used my Relic 8 Dark Trooper, and you know, and he's modded decently and stuff. But he had almost 200% defense penetration or
Mhm.
whatever it is, armor pen, and he just He just melted a fully like Relic 9 amazing mods Royal Guard and Lord Vader just like melted. It wasn't close. Like Lord Vader was like, "Who's punching me? I'm dead."
Yeah, it was. I remember I watched that one and I was like, oh, they're gone.
Yeah,
Like,
it just like blood. I was like, normally you have to like go in and like you punch Lord Vader a little bit, and then you need more turn meter, so you kill one of the ads. Everyone, all the troopers have turn meter again, so you go against Lord Vader, but they have to kill one of the ads. This time I was just like, I guess I'll just go straight at Lord Vader and bludgeon him.
yeah.
So it's a very very strong stat.
Mhm.
If you want to do all the math, you should feel free, and I'm not gonna even bother with it, frankly, except
Right.
to say there are formulas out there. Just get a lot of armor pen, and you basically make it so that they don't have armor. You just ignore their armor entirely.
Mhm. Lovely.
Hmm.
Okay, so this one is pretty straightforward and it was answered already on the Discord server, but I figured we should still go over it in case somebody else doesn't know.
Hmm.
Um, Makia was asking, what is the tiebreaker for going first with ships if the speed is equal? Is it just random chance?
Do you know the answer?
It's a coin flip.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like when you have Han and they're both the same speed.
Correct.
It's a coin flip
Or
of who's going to
or,
shoot first or
or
what.
what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you might go first, you might not.
There are very few things in life that are more certain than that.
Yeah. uh yeah. So that's that. Okay, so that's your questions. And we
Oh, that's
can
all. All right.
that's it. That's it. We can go into the game. And then take a little detour to the browser.
Okay, let's go to the game then.
Yeah.
If I can find the right button.
No, man.
Whoa,
That's what she
madness.
said.
She says a lot of weird crap.
All right.
That's okay.
We're in the game.
Yeah.
Cool. So today when they actually I don't even know if they really didn't do an update today. But this new web store that they have been having in beta in the UK also went live for other people. So it's live in Canada. Um, I don't know. Have you tried it yet?
You know I haven't. Stop pretending like maybe I have.
I'm just curious. Because I heard
You're,
like some people were saying it was working for them and some people were saying it wasn't. So
you were just curious if I had done it, even though you knew I hadn't done it. Got
I
it.
know. I know.
So, do you mean to be on the Fifth Brother page right now? Is that where you're at?
No.
Okay, so it probably froze. Let's pause for a sec. And we're back.
We're back. It's fixed. Um, okay, so they didn't announce it. This was just like I guess people just found it. I don't think it's live yet because of not everyone has access to it, but
CG doesn't like making sure we know about new things, anyways.
it's there. So, I did have to restart my game before I could actually do like the EA Connect thing. So once I restarted it, you go into your settings in the top left, and then you go to your Connect menu as if you were going to like log out of the game or your Game Center account or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you have this lovely new EA Connect button at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I did notice that I had that. So that's
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like I have access at least. So I don't really care if other people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you click that, and then you put in your email address, and that does not take you to the store. It just sends you an email saying that you've connected your email to the game, basically, essentially. Um, and then to get into the store, you have to actually do it through your web browser. So there's no button in the game. You have to open your web browser every single time. So
Do you want to log in right now?
yeah, let's do it.
Do you need me to like cut out a certain part so that people don't see anything?
I mean, I would prefer people not to see my email address.
Very good.
So,
So tell me when to pause it.
all right. So you're gonna go to your browser and you go to store dot this lovely galaxy of heroes, whatever address. And if it wants to be valid and let me log in. It's not working. It's not working now.
Wonderful.
Um,
And we're back.
it's
Again.
magically working again. Oh my gosh. And this is why it's probably still in a beta version. So you have to do this like step 1 of 3 every single time to get in. So you basically tell it you've already linked in game. You hit continue.
Oh yeah, is this where I pause it for you?
Yes, please. Then you're going to type in your email address. Okay, so after you type in your email address, you get an email with a verification code that's in the subject line. You don't even need to open the email if you can read the subject line from your notifications. And then you enter the code and it loads the store. As soon as you load the store, it breaks your connection to the game. You don't even need to make a purchase. As soon as you've logged in, your connection's broken. So if you're doing this on your computer while you're doing a battle, you've toasted yourself. So keep that in mind. The free pack that they are going to give us every day for logging in would be in the top left here.
You already got it though.
I already got it today. And then everything else is, as of right now, the exact same as what it is in game for me.
So yeah, let's go out of our way to have to spend money here.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I'm assuming like they did say they wouldn't put anything exclusive in here until it was live globally. So that's that. But
All right, well,
it is really not that exciting. You don't find out what you got in your free pack in the browser. You just click it to claim it, and then you have to go back to your game, and it's in your inbox after you reload because you've broken your connection. So you have to reload the game, and it will be in your inbox.
well, that'll be fun for you to do for Professor X every time.
Can't do it.
We'll see. We'll talk about this later.
All right. So let's go back to the game because this is literally all the store is. It's not that exciting. And then you'll see right away, I have to reload.
This is exciting.
Isn't it? So like I didn't even buy anything and I have to reload. So it's just the act of logging in. Breaks.
They have to send you a code. Like it's just obnoxious, man. It's a lot of steps for just a very small reward. Is it daily though that we get a reward daily?
Yeah, we get a reward daily. So and like
I mean,
so this
it
is
adds up, I guess.
well, and like this is the thing when you think about it, like you're getting 50 energy a day for free by logging in, whether it's Cantina regular, ships, mod, whatever. That's I don't know, what's 50
Yeah.
times?
7.
Yeah. 350 times 4.
You can do this.
No,
You
I
got
can't.
this. So it's 350 times
1400.
2. There you go.
1400. That's 1400 free energy a month.
Yeah, 1,400 free carpal tunnels from all the button
Oh
pushing you have to
man.
do. To
And
get there.
and like I've done that cycle now. I think that's like my 4th time doing it today just because I was messing around with it and it's been a different code every single time.
I wish that it was 1,
Just give me one
2,
code for the day.
3,
But
4.
like just give me one
5.
code for the day and let me go in as many times with the same code that I want. But whatever. Anyway. So
Yeah.
I guess
Code.
I don't know. I don't think it's crazy worthwhile yet. The free energy is fine, but I mean the store itself in terms of actually purchasing things doesn't have any value for me.
Yeah, not yet. I do think that there are a few games where, I mean, and so it's still in its beta phase, like you said. I do think that we could potentially see the prices decrease, because that's what a lot of stores have, at
Hmm.
least a few games have done. Of like you see a 10 to 20% decrease of buying things. Like you can still buy them in the game, or you can buy them in the web store for a couple games. So we'll see how the final product is. But thanks for walking us through the whole process.
The whole
Um,
tedious thing. And I mean, if that's the case, it makes sense why it's not decreased yet, because you can't offer that as a, and not everyone have access to it essentially.
right.
So
So,
yeah.
Fifth Brother.
Yeah, let's look at Fifth Brother because why not?
All right, so real quick, can we
Mhm.
just see all your Inquisitors? Are you ready? Are you almost there?
This is where I am.
Oh man, you're close. You're
I
close.
have the relic mats, so I just need these 4 pieces of gear on Eighth Brother. And
Hmm.
I'm like I have all the signal data, like I have everything to just go straight to 5. It's just these. So I need 5 Mark 6 med packs,
Mm-hmm.
and then I need 40 of the Mark 8 Nubian scanners, and I need
Mm-hmm.
I think like 70 shock Kairos or something like that. And
You're
that's
getting
it.
there
I'll probably just buy it with my crystals
with the through the web store,
through the web store. I'll just buy them.
through all the free energy,
Mm-hmm.
the free carpal tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's exciting though. You're gonna get Grand Inquisitor probably unlocked before, like, on the first rerun of the event.
I will definitely have it the first rerun. 100%. I'm not like I will spend my crystals to have it.
Right. I mean, unless you can't unlock him, because the impossible event that everyone says is impossible but isn't.
No, I'll just whine to you and you can tell me what to do.
I'll probably just log in and do it for you.
Oh man. Yeah, so this I'm actually I've I know that I've like complained about farming them, can I just say, but I've actually really enjoyed working on them, even though they all want the same year and it's atrocious.
Hmm.
And it's so much fun. Like they're just using them is fun in general.
Yeah, I mean, they're a fun squad. They're good enough. Like they're so
Hmm.
debuff heavy, and they're all really tanky. And yeah, I mean, maybe not every single one of it is fun though. They're a fun squad. Grand Inquisitor boosts them pretty good, and they just for the investment level that you put
Hmm.
in, it's tough to really feel really happy about how much you invested, and you're like, oh, I got a mid range team. But
Yeah.
if you throw away that and you just like look at them for what they are, it's like they are kind of a fun team. Especially they've interacted with every set of Datacrons so far really, really well, and
Hmm.
I mean this current set, it makes them just completely insane, totally bonkers. And Fifth Brother is a big part of why they're good. What do you know about
Hmm.
Fifth Brother?
So he is who I usually use as the leader in most of like when I need a full Inquisitor
Yep,
team.
that's the most
Um,
plug and play leader.
he's the most plug and play leader. And then he's got his lovely AoE, his first special, which is I just like it because I think the animation's cool, to be honest with you.
Can you click on it?
Yeah. This one, the
So
kill is mine.
you're the one who was talking about the special.
Yeah. His first special.
Well, you said it with an upward inflection. It was like this
Mhm.
one, this special. Like you're asking, not stating.
Um,
Like you're asking.
anyway, it's just I just like I like the animation. It's fun. Um, but
Yeah, that's why I play this game,
yeah, because it's fun,
for
right?
animation's sake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, like, so I usually when I have to like not to make it about conquest, because that's not what I'm trying to make it about, but if you're inflicting purge and stuff, he's almost always on my
Conquest.
I know. He's almost always on my team though, to inflict it because this special has an AoE that inflicts purge.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, inflict defense down
Mm-hmm.
to everyone as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
defense down is so underrated as a debuff, and then his special damage.
Right.
So you probably want speed on him. But yeah, the purge is an important stat or it's an effect,
I
I
didn't
guess.
realize that he granted all of his allies potency up for 2 turns as well. I feel like that's pretty good if you're trying to land the debuffs.
Yeah, it's decent. Do you know? Just out of curiosity, I'm just playing know it all right now. What kind of benefit does potency up give you?
Doesn't it increase your potency by a certain percentage?
Yeah, do you know what percentage though?
I want to say 15, but I feel like that's wrong.
I was so proud of you for a second, and then you kept saying after the 50, it's
Oh,
50.
it's
50.
50?
Yeah, you get plus 50.
Oh, like 50.
Yeah.
Holy
Well, I mean that sounds really good until you look at tenacity up and down, which gives you,
right.
like 10,
Billion.
multiple tens of thousands of it. So it's a little different, but potency's like I got 50. But no, it is really helpful actually for the whole
Hmm.
squad. You want to be able to let those debuffs, and I mean for better or worse, it's a debuff heavy team, and like the reason they're really good right now is because of that Datacron. That every time an effect dispels like a negative debuff
Hmm.
or a debuff on the opponent, your entire team gains turn meter, and all of those, all like they're putting all these stacks of purge, all these stacks of everything on their opponent, and so you need to be able to put a bunch of stacks on there, and then the turn meter train just goes like crazy
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
The whole thing,
the
the
whole
whole
thing,
shebang, whole
the whole
shebang.
Terminator train, they just keep taking turns and then it's over.
Yep, it's the shebang. Yep. So, all right. What else do you know about him?
um, okay. I think this one, it looks his second special, Shrouded in Darkness, it looks like an AoE, but it's not.
Right, it's not.
So, um, yeah. I always thought this was like a dispel of purge, but it's also not. Like he's not dispelling purge or anything. It's just for each stack of purge they
Right,
get a bonus.
it's just a conditional.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
he inflicts fear.
where?
It says inflict fear on all non-Jedi enemies for 1 turn.
Oh, if the enemy was a Jedi,
Ah, right. That you
so that
target.
right. Yeah, I was like, that doesn't
Still,
happen too often, but no, it's kind of nice. I mean, it's pretty situational, but assuming there's no Jedi there to do this too, I mean, it's still fine because it does the stun, and and he gains damage immunity as well, which would be more
mhm,
helpful if he was actually a tank, but it's still kind of fun. It's like, well, he can't be hurt for a while
right. That's if there's 3 stacks of purge.
if there's 3 stacks. Correct.
Mhm.
Correctamundo. I say fun things
Oh
sometimes.
man,
I think that's a Ninja Turtle thing, but
I think it
okay,
is.
yeah. So one of the most iconic things to me when I'm trying to counter him, I'm always trying to think of or counter Inquisitors. You have to think of a couple different passive things that happen.
Right.
Seventh Sister is gonna gain a lot of turn meter if you do crits. Like, and she's just kind of random. It's like 20% chance for every time someone crits that she gets 100% turn meter. For him, it's counter. He's always hitting back,
Hmm.
and it's pretty obnoxious.
And that's his unique. This one,
Yeah.
100% counter chance. Yikes.
Is there a conditional on that? Could you scroll up just a little bit?
Um, it's if all of the allies are inquisitorious.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you're probably going to want that anyways, but.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if you attack out of turn, he recovers health and protection.
Right. Which, I
So
mean, he's not that tanky, but sure. Yeah.
still.
No, it's an okay little boost.
Yeah, I feel like the countering is the more annoying part out of this.
Well, yeah, I mean, he counters, and then, I mean, it can set off a chain of, you know, a chain of things that happen. So, yeah,
Hmm.
this is fun. This is good.
Hmm. Because he counters, he's gonna do his basic, which also inflicts purge if you're
Yeah,
debuff,
and yeah, if the enemy is a Jedi, it also gives him tenacity down,
which is ridiculous.
which is nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
and then you're like, well, why did I need potency up? But you know,
I mean, maybe they work together nicely.
maybe they don't.
Okay.
Nah, and it's just against Jedi anyway, so you need potency up against all the other ones.
Hmm.
Um, Otherwise, yeah, he's fine. Like I think the other thing that you would want to note about Fifth Brother,
Hmm.
honestly, is the thing you want to note about almost all the Inquisitors is, besides Ninth Sister, who's still not that slow, but she's a little bit slow. They're among the fastest characters in the game. They all
Right.
have equal speed. A lot of times you're gonna want him to go first on the team just because you want to be able to dispel whatever nonsense your opponent has
Hmm.
so then it's either Grand Inquisitor if you have him unlocked or you know, Seventh Sister as she can also dispel things if it's like a two-turn you know, taunt or something like that, like whatever you kind of just figure out what your plan is, but he's the team is kind of just like it's all just like a bunch of like slow scrubs. You're like, hey, you can choose your turn order. It's like who really cares? Like the opposing team is just gonna take a dump on us. Instead, it's like if you really want them to go first, you can probably get them to go first if that's what your priority is. Like you can make them fast enough that they outspeed any team.
Yeah, I mean, on my account, I wasn't even like you can tell I have 5 mods on. I haven't swapped mods on any of them. Um, and granted, I've only really been using them for like galactic challenges and that kind of stuff. So, but they seem to just feed off of each other really nicely.
Well, I mean, the other thing to keep in mind is with Inquisitors in general, like you really need to pay close attention to the various key abilities that they're going or effects that they're going to be causing, because
Hmm.
especially in that Grand Inquisitor unlock, like you really want to pay attention to who can ability block and be strategic about when you do ability block with them.
Hmm.
Or you know, being able to cause healing immunity at the right time, you know, causing expose, being able to, you know, daze at the right time depending on who you're using. So you know, paying attention to all their different effects is kind of daunting, but it can really be amazing as well.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point because they all do so much different stuff that
Yeah.
it real. I mean, I saw it today. Somebody was like, I just button mash with them. I feel like that's what a lot of people do.
Well, I mean, a lot of so what Fifth Brother to me, like he sure, he can do a little damage here and there or whatever, but the biggest thing for him is the dispel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge.
Yeah, the AoE dispel is really nice
Hmm. I like
because it
that.
doesn't miss. Anyways, we're almost out of time and we
Oh,
haven't done the
yikes.
roast.
Okay, you want to roast a roster real quick?
Yeah, I guess not
Uh,
really.
uh, I don't know how much you'll like this one. I probably should have given you a heads up on what you were getting into, but so
Hmm.
this is it. We're in Chromium 2 with Obi-Wan Canopy.
He's an Order 66 survivor.
Hmm.
He's in Chromium 2. How
Hmm.
many? Look at his lifetime. There's legacy championship points.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
doesn't exist. Okay, what's how big is this account?
It's 3.6.
Okay, so
It's
this is pre big conquest. Got it.
yeah, yeah. So keep that in mind because can't get any of the conquest stuff. on this account.
Very well.
Do you want to look at ships?
I mean, sure. Yeah, I'll try to. I don't know. I tend to like this size of an account. I can cut some slack
I
sometimes.
know. Well, okay, so we saw he's running Malevolence, and he had the 2 droids in the starting,
Right.
and they were 7-star. So he's got at least 2 crewless ships 7-star.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Okay. Okay, so Thrawn is on his way.
Well, no. Yeah.
Executrix, Home One, Endurance, it's fine. So Negotiator.
Okay.
So
This
it's
is
just
fine. For
it's just like the
3.6, this is
newer,
okay.
right?
For Chromium, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Never mind that Prevail Man was in Rhodium at this stage of account building, but that's okay. That's all right. Or is it?
Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like he's farming pretty much all of his ships, to be honest with you. Like, well, not the Res Bomber. He's not farming the Resistance. He's not farming the Resistance ones, but he's farming the other ones, it looks like.
Oh, this isn't bad.
Okay. Oh, Imperial TIE Bomber is only 6 stars, so there's 1 pilot list that's not done.
You son of a...
But he's got the 2 droids and the Battle Bee and the Rebel Y-Wing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's probably the last one that's just taking forever. This doesn't look bad.
Well, for 3.6, I'm gonna forgive basically any of the issues. This is fine.
And then it looks like he's going for Executor because he's got the relics on IG.
Oh well.
Or
Okay,
I guess
so yeah,
he's got to get Razor Crest, right?
Razor Crest is important. He also has Relic 8 on Boba, which is also telling. What's Razor Crest up to? I mean, Razor Crest is farmable in fleets, right?
Razor Crest isn't unlocked, so maybe he's not doing that, or he just hasn't unlocked. Like he's got the shards, or maybe he can't unlock it if he doesn't have BAM. We gotta check if he has BAM.
All right. All right. Oh, we'll withhold judgment then. If this is pretty big oversight if you haven't farmed frickin' Razor Crest with laser beams on its head.
Laser beams.
Let's look at the Datacron investment real quick. None. Moving on.
Minimal. Okay. What's this level 6 one though? Smuggler. Okay. I was wondering if maybe it was the cooldown one for Empire.
No, he doesn't want to win. It's fine. It's not.
It's fine.
It's not what I would call a winner.
Okay. So no GLs. 3.6.
Yeah, I mean,
I never know. Like, this is the thing. Do you go for a GL really early and then what do you do? Or do you work on like all of your really good teams, your other like non-GL teams, that is, and then get a GL?
I don't know. Like I with Prevail Man, I should have gotten a GL before. Like I ended up quitting before I even getting on that account, before I even got a GL, and I got stuck in the weeds too long. Like there's too many. There's just too many squads to, like, you just have to ignore something vital. Like, there's going to be something vital that you have to ignore because you need at least 1 GL.
Right. Yeah, so that's kind of sad. What's TIE Fighter pilot a requirement for? See?
No, I think for Executor.
Is it Executor? I guess it's Relic 5, so.
Yeah, everyone's got Relic 5 TIE Fighter these days, so I think it's like even Professor X does. So yeah, it's Executor.
So, if we look at his scoundrels real quick.
Oh yeah, we want to see if he's unlocked BAM yet.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh well, Cara Dune. He's farming Cara Dune right now, and IG-11.
Yeah. He's got Quill. He's got Grief.
Oh, okay. So this is me being ignorant. Can he farm Razor Crest in ships without having unlocked BAM? I think he can still. I think it just still appears.
I think you can. I think you just can't unlock it.
Yeah. So maybe his ship is ready. He just needs to
He
unlock
just needs
BAM.
bam. Yeah. That's what I'm wondering, and we can't see that. So I'd love to know that.
Should we just like not do a mean roster roast? Like we'll just like say admiring things and sign off.
I mean, like going for executor seems like a smart thing. I don't know why you put the Omicron on Zam.
I mean, you
Um,
can have a decent bounty hunter team
well,
with.
so this is the other thing too, is I keep having to remind myself that the Omicron flow rate, if you want to call it that,
Hmm.
for the player base is steady across. Excusing buying the packs, it's steady in terms of the player base getting them.
Yeah.
So a lot of smaller accounts are going to have more Omicron materials
Hmm.
because they don't have the characters to put the Omicrons
Yes.
on. So,
Right. Well, so that's why like Professor X put one on like Leia and Akbar, for
right.
instance, and Chirpa, because I was like, well, I'm not using these. I have a ton of them. I may as well just apply them so I could get some use. And that's a regret on my end. I think
Hmm.
Zam is a fairly safe one. There's a lot of uses for Zam still,
Yeah. Pretty safe. Pretty safe.
even in Endgame. So yeah, she's fine. That's
I
fine.
mean, for not having a GL though, I feel like he has decent. Okay, so let's look at 501st. 501st.
Never assume competence, Sarah.
I know. I know.
I know you like to assume little
I
things,
do
but
assume a lot, but I would like it if Ahsoka was relicked.
I mean, I would
But
like it if you put Relic 5 on characters that actually hit hard, like Echo and
mhm,
Heart and Dark Trooper, but.
also true. I mean, you could do the cam mission because he's got, assuming your guild does that, he's got a relic shock, relic 3. It would probably not go very well at those relic levels, but you could still attempt it. You might get lucky.
Just like Professor X gets. Yeah, I mean, if you have good enough mods, you can make it work anyways.
Yeah, and if you get a nice clean run.
The right RNG, yeah.
Uh,
What else?
I don't know. Pick a faction. His Galactic Republic looks like it's probably decent based off what I'm seeing right here.
Let's look at Jedi.
Jedi. Jedi.
Actually, let's do Sith instead.
Okay.
Who cares about Jedi? Jedi suck. Jedi scum.
Sad. Sad.
Jedi can suck it, and so can Sith, apparently.
So Vader's relic. See, that's why like he's got a relic 7 Vader.
Uh,
That cooldown Datacron would be awesome for him.
he's working on an executor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, but people don't like to win, including this guy.
That cooldown Datacron. Um, let's see his rules.
Then again, I don't know how much access to Datacrons you even have at this level.
Yeah, what's the yeah, I don't know what the rewards are in the normal conquest for them.
Yeah, or territory wars.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be getting less reroll mats and stuff.
Hmm.
Because he's probably in a really crap guild because he's a crap account. There, I've roasted him. You done been roasted. Um,
That felt so
yeah.
harsh after we were gonna be nice.
Good. All right, should we just hang it up before we're more disappointed and we inevitably find sadnesses?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't
kid.
know.
Okay, look at his BB-8 so that you can say something mean as well. BB-8's also a droid that
Oh
starts with a D.
no. He gave him one piece of gear.
That's yep. Check. It feels like I
No
got BB-8.
mods.
Check.
No mods.
He
Nothing.
can't put mods on. He's level 1.
That's true. No abilities. Sad.
Excellent. All right. My work here is finished. See you guys. See you all next week.